We live in a time where change isn't just constant, it's accelerating. Every day, new technologies, new ideas, and new systems are reshaping the way we work, live, and even think. Artificial intelligence predicts what we want before we know it. Rockets are reusing themselves to reach space at unprecedented costs, and energy systems are evolving faster than most governments can regulate. Yet amidst this frenzy of innovation, there's a question that rarely gets asked: are we consciously building the future, or is the future building us? It's easy to assume that technology is neutral, that it simply exists to serve us. But the truth is more complicated. Every tool we create changes not only the world, but also the people using it. Our habits, our decisions, and even our values begin to align with the capabilities of the systems we design. Social media algorithms, for example, don't just deliver content, they shape attention, influence decisions, and redefine what we consider important. Similarly, AI is starting to influence not just efficiency, but ethics and judgment. When technology evolves faster than society can understand it, we risk becoming reactive participants instead of proactive creators. Yet it's not all cause for pessimism. Humanity has always built the future, whether it was agriculture, electricity, or the internet. The difference today is scale. We're no longer talking about local or isolated innovations. We are creating systems that operate on a planetary level. Reusable rockets aren't just engineering marvels. They open the door to humanity's expansion beyond Earth. Electric vehicles and sustainable energy systems aren't just about efficiency. They redefine how we interact with the planet. And the cross-pollination of AI, robotics, and energy systems isn't incremental. It compounds exponentially, creating feedback loops that can accelerate progress in ways that were previously unimaginable. This is the part where responsibility becomes crucial. When the systems we build influence billions of lives, the stakes are existential. If AI, energy, and transportation infrastructure are aligned with long-term human welfare, they can solve problems faster than any government or organization ever could. But if they are misaligned, focused solely on short-term gains, profit, or efficiency, they can amplify inequality, exacerbate risks, and even destabilize societies. The future isn't just a product of technology, it's a reflection of the values and priorities of those building it. So how do we ensure we remain the architects of the future rather than its passengers? It begins with awareness. Understanding that every system we create carries consequences beyond its immediate function. Every algorithm, every launch, every innovation is shaping behaviors, ecosystems, and ethics. Next comes conscious alignment, designing technology with foresight, with long-term goals, and with mechanisms for accountability. And finally, it requires participation. We cannot leave the direction of civilization solely to a handful of engineers, CEOs, or investors. Society as a whole must engage, question, and guide the trajectory of the tools it adopts. The paradox of our age is striking. The faster we build, the more the world around us accelerates. In some ways, the future is already here. It is unfolding in our daily lives, in our energy grids, in the way we commute, communicate, and even think. The question is whether we are piloting that journey intentionally or being swept along by the momentum of forces we barely control. Are we consciously designing a civilization that is sustainable, equitable, and resilient, or are we allowing systems to condition us into narrow behaviors, dependencies, and priorities that benefit efficiency over humanity? This tension is not theoretical. It's real, urgent, and already visible. Every decision about AI ethics, energy infrastructure, space exploration, and robotics has cascading effects. A breakthrough in one domain influences another. Policies, habits, and even personal choices begin to align with the capabilities and incentives of the technologies themselves. In effect, we are co-evolving with the systems we create. The question becomes, who is leading this evolution, the human spirit or the machinery of our own design? There is, however, a way forward. It is to approach innovation with a sense of stewardship. Every breakthrough should be paired with reflection. What does this mean for humanity in 10, 20, or 50 years? Every system should be measured not only by speed or efficiency, but by its alignment with long-term human welfare. And most importantly, building the future should be a conscious, collective effort, not the unintended consequence of private ambitions or market pressures. Ultimately, the message is simple yet profound. The future will not be small. It will be enormous in scope, speed, and impact. And whether it shapes us or we shape it, it depends entirely on the choices we make today. Each of us, in our own way, participates in this process. Every invention, every policy, every ethical decision is a brushstroke on the canvas of civilization. If we act with foresight, responsibility, and courage, we become architects of a future worth inhabiting. If we act passively, the future builds us, and we may find ourselves at the mercy of forces we cannot control. The future doesn't wait. It doesn't negotiate. It rewards those who act deliberately, consciously, and with integrity. And so the real question is not whether we will face change, it is whether we will lead it. The tools are in our hands, the systems are in motion, and the trajectory of humanity is being written right now. The future isn't waiting, it's being built every day. The question is by us or on us.